everyone, and assalamu alaikum everyone. This is your loving host Dr. Afshan Hashmi, and folks, today I will be doing this is the Suhoor and Iftar transmission of 31st March and 1st April. And folks, today it's a very interesting program because today I went to my local mosque in Maryland, USA, ICM mosque, and I will be showing some highlights of the community Iftar there in this broadcast. But before I start, let's do a ritual. Let's say Bismillah Rahman Rahim and then say Darood Sharif. Allahumma salli ala. So I did Darood Sharif for Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And now, folks, what I will do is I'm trying to wear this as a bracelet. So let's do this. So this is the tasbih from Saudi Arabia, which my late mom gave it to me. So it is very precious to me. So today, what I will be doing is, I'll tell you, this is the automated out burner, and I have already put out in it. You can see that because burning of out, is a tradition for a very long time in my family, and I'm very lucky to say that I am direct descendant of Abu Bakr Siddiq Razi Allah Anha, and my grandparents and their parents and all for generations have been burning this oud. So I also like burning oud, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, loved the smell of oud, and oud, as you know, is known as the smell of the paradise. So after filling this is a, you don't have to burn a coal in it. You just have to charge it, which I have already done, and then press this button. So you press this button. So you press this button, and from there, the smell of how this starts burning, and the smell starts coming. It, so this is the thing, and I'll keep it here. If it starts burning, I will show you. See, it has started burning now, and the smell is coming, and it smells so good. So I did that. See how fast it is coming? So it's a very innovative thing, like you don't have to burn coal in it. You just have to burn out in this. And I like this. And I got it from Amazon if you guys like it and if you want to buy it. So now my oud is burning. So now, folks, I want to remind you and just see, it is so fascinating. I wanted to remind you that these are my two books. The first one is The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And this, my second book, is The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection. These two books were Amazon bestsellers, and this one, The Modern Mughal Mentality, was also hot number one new release on Amazon. And for my modern Mughal mentality, I want a movie to be made. So all those a documentary to be made. So all those documentary producers, please contact me at Afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. And my second book, The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, I have already written a script and I want a movie to be made. So all those Hollywood, Bollywood, independent producers and web series makers, Netflix, Amazon, whoever listens, please contact me at Afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. Having said that, friends, now I will talk about today's Ramadan transmission. And the first one is today I visited for a community iftar at which happens every day at my local mosque, and this is the website of my mosque where I went today, ICM Islamic Center of Maryland. And it says, and here is the building: welcome to Islamic Center of Maryland. The Islamic Center of Maryland, ICM, is a 501-C3 non-profit organization with an operational philosophy based on the Holy Quran and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Muslim families who visit ICM, which is the short form of Islamic Center of Maryland, work towards fulfilling their religious obligation and striving for spiritual, intellectual, social, and economic well being. The center strives to build a working relationship with people of all faiths to promote understanding, tolerance, and activation that benefits all. For more information about services and program, please visit the center or subscribe to our weekly newsletter or submit or contact us request. So here it is. And this is the website of IC. So it was a beautiful avatar of the community. I got to meet many of my friends there, and it was a lovely evening. I went with my hubby, and now I will show you that uh, movie what I made there. And after that, after the Taraweeh and all, I went to Walmart, and because I had to do some Eid shopping, so I have incorporated little bit of Eid shopping from Walmart. So let's start the transmission of the movie of what I made at ICM. Hello everyone, this is your loving host, best-selling author, radio and TV personality Dr. Afshan Hashmi, and today I will show you some glimpses of community iftar at ICM in Gaithersburg, Maryland. So let's see that. So we have here for iftar. She's not here. they are getting ready for Iftar right now. So we kind of early. Let's go inside. People are coming. We have community Iftar. Here's my sweet hubby. So folks, this is the iftar, so these are pakoras, and these are chickpeas chaat, and then we have salad here, and this is the water, and this is the masala chai, and this is my wonderful hubby, and we are waiting for the iftar to open. So, and this is myself, and I am here live from ICM. So folks, the food hasn't opened yet. It's only the iftar what we have. I think the food will open after the namaz. So here we go, and now it's going to be iftari time, so we are waiting for it. So this is the food here at ICM.
No, just a plate. Just somebody in there, but she's not gonna eat chicken. Yeah. Are you doing it for the sister? Yes.
So folks, this is the food as I showed you in the dishes. Now this is the food. So this is chicken biryani. Then we have some beans here, and then we have some salad, and this is fruit chaat. So this is what the food is, and here is your loving host, Dr. Afshan Hashmi, live from ICM, and people are taking food, so they will be coming soon. So, what is this project about? My name is Dr. Afshan Hashmi, and this will go on my docu series, which is syndicated worldwide to 300 million listeners, as well as on Hollywood Radio and Talk 4 TV, and it will be coming on every known platform of podcasting and everything. So, I would like to know what is this project about.
Sure.
And your name first.
Yes, my name is Dr. Tasniva Khan. I have PharmD, clinical pharmacist, as well as pharmacy manager in a local hospital here in the DMV area.
Okay.
I also have a nonprofit that I started. It's called the Faith Alliance for Community Equity and Sustainability.
Okay.
Our project, Building Blocks for Healthy Communities.
So this is your building blocks, right?
Yes. So our project, we have a grant with Maryland Department of Health.
Okay.
And in this grant, what we're doing is trying to teach communities, especially ethnic communities, minority communities, communities where there are health disparities, like increased risk of like diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol, etc. So, and obesity. We are trying to teach those communities about eating healthy and nutritious eating as well. So exercise and just touch upon topics of, what are healthy, nutritious meals that we can have, especially right now because of Ramadan, to have it during suhoor or iftar, making sure that we're hydrating ourselves and eating something healthy, lots of fruits and vegetables, fruits that have a lot of water content, and soups that are warm, a lot of water content, but also has a lot of fiber, like chickpeas, and using whole grains as well in our meals while we're fasting for Ramadan. But in general, our project is all-encompassing for a lot of different communities, and so we try to work with the communities in terms of the kinds of foods that they like to eat, but try to make them healthy.
So recently, I'm also a scientist by profession. So recently, I did a search on PubMed, and I found a lot of papers. Like in one of the papers, I saw that diabetes and cholesterol and triglycerides are decreased, during the fasting levels. And I quoted that paper, in one of these kind of transmissions. So this is a very good, folks. This is
a Moroccan harira soup that is made.
Okay.
It's vegetarian, so we didn't put any meat in this because there's a lot of meat that's being eaten today for iftar. But there's chickpeas. These are actually lentils, and this is a whole grain noodle that's in it as well. A lot of like celery, carrots, tomatoes, cilantro, and parsley.
Okay. And what about the salad?
So the salad actually.
So do you know how many calories it would be for this kind of bowl?
So for this bowl, it's probably about 250 calories for this
Okay.
soup. Yeah. And then also over here we have some cucumbers, strawberries, spinach, and grapes.
Okay. And how many calories in this bowl?
Honestly, it depends on how much you're gonna have. If you're having a small plateful, probably around the same because there's avocado in this as well.
Okay.
So avocado is a healthy fat.
Okay.
It may have a little bit more, calories and everything, but it's actually a good fat to eat.
Okay. So folks, now I want to have like a picture with the.
Okay.
This is also video.
Okay.
So with these beautiful ladies who are doing such wonderful tasks. Okay, folks. So this is Dr. Afshan Hashmi live from ICM here, and you can see now, people have prayed, and now they are coming and eating iftar. So I want to show you the group. Hello. Hello. Can I make picture of you? I like this dress. So this is a beautiful abaya. This is like an Arabic abaya. So this beautiful lady is wearing that. So now let's see our community taking food here.
Are you together? Yeah. Just walk around. Not now.
So there is a long line here of ladies. I wonder where the men are. Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you.
Want to come on TV?
Huh?
What do you know about Ramadan? You want to come on TV?
You know anything about Ramadan?
What do you know about Ramadan?
Ramadan has 30 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ramadan, it's a day of, it's a month of fasting.
That's good enough. You want to say something? What do you know about Ramadan?
Ramadan is a year, a month of Quran. You could be reading Quran.
That's good enough. It is a huge line over here, and these are only ladies. I wonder where the men are. So this is ICM Eats, and through this, Iftaar is sponsored every day.
Young children, we have pizza there.
Okay, hold on.
Young children, only for children.
Hold on.
So they have a special pizza for children. So this is the pizza. So where the men are. Men are over here.
Zigar.
Salad
So folks, we have rasgullas also here in the sweet. Let me show you the audience now. So this is Dr.Afshan Hashmi live from ICM folks. Hello folks, this is Dr.Afshan Hashmi live from Walmart. So after masjid and Taraweeh and everything, I came here to Walmart. I have to give some presents to some of my friends on Eid. So I thought, I will go and browse and see what is available. And I kind of, like this jewelry over here. It's really cute. I like it. Then I like this one. then I like these glasses over here. These are kids glasses, and these are again adult for women. And then I and they have Easter thing also. So with Eid, we have Easter also, and these are men watches. And I just love these. And then here it's very nice, these, with small bags and purse. This is a really nice value. So I might pick up one from here, and this is so nice. So I might take this. These are so nice. My Eid suit is blue color, so I'm kind of looking for something in navy blue, but they don't have it in navy blue. This one will do. It will look very good on my Eid outfit. And then we have these beautiful bags over here. Just love them. You see the light from here. These are the food bags. So I might take a black one from here. This one looks good. I needed a black bag for Eid. So this is the one I like. So I will take this. And then there are some rings. This kind of cool. I like this one. I like this one. This jewelry is very nice. And then we have the Easter stuff. It is so cool. So Easter and Eid is on the same time, near about on the same time. Then it is really clear. I love these baskets. So these are the wreaths and these are the baskets. So all Easter is done. And this is the candy stuff for Easter. And there are more Easter stuff this side. So, folks, this is Dr. Afshan Hashmi, and now I end this thing from Walmart. And thank you, and have a nice day, everyone. And do let me know in comments what you think about it. Cheers, and bye bye.
So, folks, so that was a little film, of ICM and eat shopping at Walmart, and do let me know how you like it. And also this film, I will show it on my W on Hollywood Radio and Talk for TV, and this broadcast, which is from my studio in Rockville, Maryland, and it is coming from my doco series, so Dr. Afshan Hashmi's doco series, and this is syndicated worldwide to 300 million listeners. Just imagine, folks, if you give me sponsorship for this doco series, just imagine your product will be in a very very reasonable price. Your product will be promoted to 300 million listeners. And also on Hollywood Radio and Talk for TV, which is K4HD Radio and Talk for TV, I will show this film, and this film will and that also has 300 million listeners. So I want sponsorship for my radio come TV show on K4HD Radio and Talk for TV, as well on Dr. Afshan Hashmi's doco series. And you are watching Dr. Afshan Hashmi's doco series. And please give me sponsorship, because to make these kind of program takes lot of energy, money, and time. And also, friends, I just wanted to again remind you that these are my two books. The first one is The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And this book was hot number one new release on Amazon, as well as it was an Amazon bestseller. And I want a documentary to be made of this book. So all those documentary producers, please contact me at afshan@drafshanhashmi.com. And this one is The Outbreak of a Monstrous infection. And the beauty of this book is that when this book came in 2019, there was no trace of coronavirus. And in a very, very unique story, I have conceptualized or visualized, how a virus can ruin the human population. So that is the beauty of the book. It came before coronavirus, and coronavirus has exactly done what this book says. But it was like a prediction, because I was reading so much about bioterrorism, and so I thought I will educate my viewers, through through uh, this fictional story. And I want a movie or a web series to be made of the outbreak of a monstrous infection. So all those Hollywood, Bollywood, Netflix, or whoever independent makes movies, TV serial, web series, please contact me at Afshan at drafshanhashmi.com. Friends, now I will read little bit from the study Quran, as I always do in the Sahur and Iftar, and this is the study Quran. And yes, I want to tell you my two books are in this paperback in and also in Kindle and Nook, and also it is in a CD made of it, like a audio made of it, which I have narrated, and one of person I hired had narrated that. So, having said that, folks, now I want to read little bit from the study Quran, and you can get this wherever books are sold. And also, my books, are available worldwide wherever books are sold. And through the sale of these books, I bring food to the table as I am a full-time author. So please go and buy these two books and give me an honest review. Having said that, friends, today I will be reading little bit from al-Nisa, and it is here. And it is interpretation of Surah al-Nisa, and it means woman. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Al-Nisa was revealed in Medina, and this is the interpretation of this surah. Al-Nisa was revealed in Medina around the fourth year of the Hijrah and after the crucial battle of Uhud, which took place outside of Medina between the Muslims and the still idolatrous Quraysh, Quraysh of women and the Quraysh of Makkah. It takes its name from the fact that much of the surah deals with women and their rights, along with various conditions of marriage, marital relations, and laws of inheritance. Most of the first part is legislative in nature, as it is a section dealing with war and peace and how Muslims should act in these situations. Altogether, this surah is among the most important and fundamental for Islamic jurisprudence. The surah also deals with the status of the hypocrites, munafiqeen, and those Jews who turned against the Islamic community in Medina after the Battle of Uhud, in which the Muslims suffered defeat at the hands of the Quraysh. Moreover, there are many verses in the surah dealing with those Jews who denied both Christianity and Islam, and the Christians who divinized Jesus. The most sensitive verses from the point of view of relations between Christianity and Islam concern the Islamic view of the end of the earthly life of Jesus and the question of his crucifixion. After a long discussion on such journal religious issues, the Sunnah ends with a verse again related to legislative matters. It seems that the Quran wants to emphasize at the termination of this long surah the inseparable relation between Islamic religious beliefs and the social behavior of Muslims based on revealed of law. So this was little bit from Al-Nisa, and which is women. So, and this is from Study Quran. And now, friends, I have a very, very interesting paper. As you know, I am scientist also by profession. I'm PhD in biochemistry, and so I'm very much curious that what effect Ramadan has on people. So let's see. I opened the computer, my laptop, the second laptop, but it somehow got it closed on its own. Sometimes these machines, they act weirdly. So this is the paper, the effects of Ramadan fasting on the health and function of the eye by Muhammad Ali Javedi. So Javedi et al. This paper is, and it came in Journal of Research in Medical Sciences in August 2014. And I got this paper, folks, from PubMed. I did a search that what Ramadan has effects, and this is the research paper. So I will read little bit the effects of Ramadan fasting on the health and function of the eye. Background: Ramadan fasting may alter a variety of physiological parameters such as parameters which by themselves influence ocular system. Here we review the effects of Ramadan fasting on the health and function of the eye. Materials and methods: literature records in PubMed, Medline, Web of Science, Embase, Google Scholar, and Iran Medics databases, as well as proceedings of related meetings from January 1986 to March 2014 was systematically reviewed. The search keyword was based on the terms Ramadan fasting, Ramadan Islamic fasting, fasting in Ramadan accompanied with one of the eye, teardrop, myopia, intraocular pressure, IOP, tear breakup time, basal tear secretion, refractive error, and visual acuity. Results: pre-dawn water loading and dehydration in the evening are shown to increase and decrease IOP and tear secretion respectively. Ocular blood flow is changed in Ramadan fasting, and patients with ocular vein occlusion may experience more frequent attacks. There are no or minimal fluctuations in visual acuity and refractive errors, but most of them are decompensated after Ramadan. Conclusion: although the influence of fasting in different eye parameters is evaluated in several studies, there are no or only limited studies conducted on patients suffering from glaucoma, damage to ophthalmic vasculature, tear dysfunction, and minimal visual acuity. Such studies are required to make a definite decision before fasting is declared harmless to these patients. So this is the name of the paper is, as I said before, also the effects of Ramadan fasting on the health and function of the eye by Javedi et al. And it appeared in Journal of Research in Medical Sciences, August 2014. And you can get it from PubMed, That's from where I got it. And now I will read the conclusion. And here it is. Conclusions. Although the influence of fasting in different parameters is is evaluated in several studies, there are no or only limited studies conducted on patients suffering from glaucoma, damage to ophthalmic vasculature, tear dysfunction, and minimal visual acuity. Such studies are required to make a definite decision before fasting is declared harmless to these patients. As perhaps hundreds of millions people may observe Ramadan fasting each year. Additional scientific research on the eye issue during Ramadan fasting is needed. Medical practitioners who working in Muslim countries and those looking for Muslims in different corners of the world should be aware of the physiological changes during Ramadan, the influence of Ramadan fasting on different eye issues and medications. It is also advisable for physicians to communicate with their local scholars before Ramadan begins to remind Muslims that certain people are exempt from fasting and those who plan to fast should consult their medical practitioners before doing so. And I have many friends who are ophthalmologists, so all those friends ophthalmologists, Dr. Romana Muniz, Dr. Diba Hussain, Dr. Azam Hussain, and so all these ophthalmology doctors I remember off my head. There is a shout out to you that this is a very interesting paper. So if you get a chance, then go and read this paper, and this is a very very interesting research. Having said that, folks, now I will be talking about a recipe. So I will give you a onion pakora recipe because I showed you today onion pakoras. Make onion pakora that are delicately light, crunchy, and crispy with a hint of natural sweetness and spiciness in every bite. Also known as onion pakora, these super addictive and delicious tea time snack bites are made with gram flour, spices, herbs, and loads of onions. A big ball of crunchy onion pakora chutney, some piping hot masala chai. That's what we had it today, masala chai and onion pakoras. And pakoras are eaten a lot, during the Ramadan time. On the side, raindrops and soft music playing in the background. You read like a food nirvana. This is the magic of humble pakora, and I really enjoyed eating today at ICM onion pakora. Whoever made it, it was very delicious and everything was very well done at ICM mosque. So I want to thank all those volunteers who were there, who after they are fasting also and they are doing such a full job. So, what is onion pakora? Pakora, also known as pakora, are a deep fried snack from the Indian subcontinent. These are made with besan, gram flour, salt, spices, and a main ingredient like onion or a vegetable. Onion pakora has onions as the key ingredient, and these are the most popular snack in India. Turn to any street corner across India and you will find a vendor, eatery, or food stall selling these fresh from the stove. Sometimes unexpected guests turn up at home or friends come unannounced. This hardly leaves any time to make an elaborate snack. So the other day I had some friends, they dropped in, they brought food for us, and it was aftar time. So I asked them, to stay for aftar. So they stayed for aftar, and I had made these onion pakoras and mixed vegetable pakoras as well as potato pakoras, and they loved enjoying it, and I loved their company, and so I loved enjoying these pakoras with them. We Indians serve them fresh and crispy pakoras with chutney or ketchup, and the snacks disappear. You will find numerous versions of making and serving these onion pakora. The onion bhaji is lovingly called khirda bhaji in Maharashtra, giving its crab-like shape. In North India, pakoras are sprinkled with chaat masala and served with the coriander chutney, mint chutney, or green chutney to go with it. In the South, this fried savory food recipe uses rice flour or cornstarch and is served with coconut chutney. Sometimes soda bicarb is added to the dough to make them lighter and crispier. Preparing snacks at home in oil that haven't been heated multiple times over the course of a day is far healthier option for the family, especially for kids. My recipe will teach you how to make the perfect crunchy onion pakoras that aren't greasy, absolutely no soggy and no greasy pakoras. This delicious snack is easy to make and comes together in a jiffy. Sliced onions and chopped green chilies are mixed in with salt and spices. A decent sprinkling of besan or gram flour follows. The semi-dry dough is made by adding a few drops of water to bind all the ingredients. Too dry and the onion and besan will break apart in the oil. They will also turn out too hard, too wet. You end up with the South Indian bhaji or fritter style dish. Over the years, I have eaten all sorts of onion pakora from the best to the awful that lack the crunch, flavor, and absolutely oily. The recipe shared here will help you to make best onion pakora that do not soak much oil and turn out crispy and flavorful every single time. This dish is inherently vegan and gluten free as there is no wheat based flour or dairy in it. You don't need a special accompaniment for this snack as it is tasty on its own, but a dash of ketchup, hot sauce, or red, green, or coconut chutney can add another layer of yum to this snack, or pair it simply with masala chai for a refreshing tea time snack for kids and adults. Bored of the onion besan combo, add other vegetables along with or without onions and make these vegetable pakoras. Add green herbs or chopped nuts for a flavor twist and make these spinach pakoras. The options are endless, but nothing beats this classic onion pakora when it comes to taste. How to make onion pakora. Preparation: to a mixing bowl, add the following ingredients: 2 cups sliced onions moderately thin, half teaspoon minced ginger or fine chops, 2 to 3 chopped green chilies, 10 chopped mint leaves or 2 tablespoon coriander leaves, 1 spring curry leaves chopped, half teaspoon salt. Avoid slicing the onion too thin or too thick. They should be moderately thin. Mix all of them well and squeeze the onions a couple of times so they begin to release moisture. Set this aside for 5 to 10 minutes. Sprinkle evenly the following: 1/4 teaspoon turmeric, 1 and 1/4 cup besan, gram flour, 1 and 1/2 teaspoon rice flour or cornstarch or semolina, half teaspoon ajwain or carom seeds, 1/4 is teaspoon salt, 1/4 cup cashews, optional, soak for 15 minutes. You can also add half teaspoon garam masala. Mix everything well. You get a dry mixture now. Sprinkle 2 tablespoon water each time and mix the flour to make a moist dough. Do not pour water, just sprinkle to get the dough right. Sprinkle more water as needed. I use little over 1 by 4th cup, but it depends on the amount of moisture your onions release. The mixture must be tight, not too dry. It should be soggy or dipping, otherwise, they soak up a lot of oil and will not turn crispy. Taste test this and add more salts if needed. Heat 1 tablespoon oil in karai until very hot. When it turns hot, pour it to the dough. Gently mix with a spoon and not hand as it will be very hot. You can also skip this step. Fry onion pakora. Next, heat oil in the same pan for deep frying until medium hot. Check if it is hot enough by dropping a small quantity of dough in the oil. It must rise without browning and not sink. This is the right time to begin frying. Take a small portion and gently drop them in the oil. Fry on a medium heat, stirring occasionally or even frying. Fry the onion pakora till golden or crisp. Lastly, remove them to the colander or kitchen tissue. To fry the next batch, ensure that the oil is not very hot. Reduce the flame slightly and fry them. Serve onion pakora hot with a cup of tea or coffee. Sprinkle uh, chaat masala if desired. And there are some other tips. Taste Test gram flour. Using good quality gram flour or besan is very important as it brings in a lot of aroma when roasted. Store bought gram flour goes rancid very quickly, which turns bitter within a few months. So always test the gram flour before using. Preparing onions. To get evenly fried crisp onion pakora, slice the onions uniformly to thin slices. Some thick and some thin will not yield you crispy pakoras. The thicker slices do not get fried well, leaving the pakoras soft, so slide them to moderately thin sizes. Flour. Traditionally, pakoras are made with gram flour or besan. However, an additional ingredients like semolina, corn flour, or rice flour is added in the street style and restaurant style, as these ingredients keep the fritters crisp for longer. So, do use 1 to 2 tablespoons of this in the recipe. Substitutes. If you are allergic to gram flour, then you can use wheat flour to make the pakora. Do not do note the taste differs, but they will be still good. Temperature of oil. The oil has to be moderately hot enough before adding the dough. If the oil is not hot enough, the pakoras will soak up oil. If the oil is too hot, the onion pakoras will brown outside but will not get cooked inside. Frying pakoras have to be fried on a medium high flame. Frying them on a low flame will make them hard, and frying them on a high flame will burn them from outside without cooking inside. Variations. Cashew pakora is one popular variation made in a few households, especially during special occasions. Cashews are broken down to smaller pieces and slightly soaked in water for about 15 minutes and then added to the same onion pakora. Herbs. My mom always would add lots of fresh home grain pudina, mint, and curry leaves to the onion pakora mixture. If you love the flavor of mint, then you will really love these. You can also add palak or Indian spinach there, roughly chop them and add. And here I will say my mom, who's no more with me, who left for her heavenly abode, was a very, very good cook. And so, Mom, Jamila Siddiqui, if you are listening in heaven, I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad, Professor Majid Siddiqui, and my younger brother Fazi, who's no more also with me. So I want to say, if you are listening in heaven, I love you all. And also my grandparents, my maternal grandpa, whom I used to adore, and my maternal grandma, whom I used to adore. I used to call her Ismat Aleem, her name was, and I used to call her Baji Amma, and then her younger sister, who, like my mother's aunt, whom I used to call Gaga. So we had Gaga in 1940. So of all of you are listening in heaven, I want to say I love you and I remember your cooking a lot. So this was little bit about the vegetable pakora, and this is the tasbih which my mom, when she went for Hajj, it's very precious to me. When she went for Hajj to Saudi Arabia, she brought this and she gave it to me. So now let's do some. I love fashion and I love wearing jalabias, kaftans, and abayas. And how do you like my dress today? If you like it, let me know in the comment section. And is your Eid shopping done? Mine is complete, but still I haven't received my abaya and kaftan which I have ordered. They said they have shipped it, and hopefully I will get it before Eid. So, having said that, This is the men Arabic Islamic clothing. Here it is. And then I will show you some jalabiyas. How beautiful this one is. See how beautiful this one is? The work on this. I love this red color. So I am wearing a, a jalabia, and on that I have paired it with this beautiful sleeveless cardigan. How do you like this style? And this my covering for the head. So how do you like this? Do let me know. See this one. So this was little bit about the fashion, and now, folks, I just wanted to remind you that these are my two books. The first one is The Modern Mughal Mentality, New Strategies to Succeed in India and the Global Marketplace. And I want a documentary to be made of this book. And this was an Amazon bestseller as well as hot number one new release on Amazon. This book, The Modern Mughal Mentality, and I have, when this book came, there was a lot of research going on in Harvard and Stanford on Jugaad, the Hindi buzzword, and I have conceptualized Jugaad as thinking outside the box. If you see it is in case study format, and it is very, usually the business books are very hard on your head, but this one is in a case study format and in a very conversational manner. And this is a business book, and I have devised a business model, and it is in case study format. And I want a documentary to be made because there are a lot of companies from America, Starbucks, McDonald's, and many more, and many companies around the world besides American companies are featured in this book. So all those company CEOs, if you happen to read this book, you can sponsor this docu series, you can sponsor making of this documentary. And for my second book, The Outbreak of a Monstrous Infection, I want a movie or a web series or a TV serial to be made. So all those Hollywood, Bollywood, independent producers, please contact me at Afshan at Dr. Afshan Hashmi. My email is afshan at drafshanhashmi.com, and I need like, I am a full-time author and it brings food to the table. So please go and buy these two books and give me an honest review. Having said that, also please sponsor this docu series, which is syndicated worldwide to 300 million listeners. So just imagine if you give me sponsorship your product will be promoted in a very reasonable price to 300 million listeners. And also for my K4 HD radio and Talk 4 TV, that is Hollywood radio and Talk 4 TV, also I will put a little bit of the film from ICM there. And also that is syndicated worldwide to 300 million listeners. So all those people who are listening, please give me sponsorship for that, as well as a sponsorship to this docu series. Having said that, friends, now I will end this broadcast, and Khuda Hafiz and cheers and bye bye and Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak, everyone, and hope everyone's Ramadan is going very nicely. Have a blessed Ramadan, and also do let me know, like, how did you like this transmission, and what else do you want to see in this transmission, and how do you like my outfit? And this is the historic. Tasbih which my mom gave me when she went for Hajj from Saudi Arabia. Having said that, friends, now Khuda Hafiz and bye bye and Ramadan Mubarak, everyone.